You're watching WTVJ, Miami, Fort Lauderdale. Live from the heart of South Florida, this is News 4 Nightcast.
Good evening. In less than 2 hours, the first flight will arrive, and later today, more than 600 Cubans will enjoy an emotional reunion with families here in Miami. They've been living in Costa Rica and Panama since they were exiled from their homeland, and South Florida will soon be their new home. In San Jose, a Costa Rican family celebrated Mass, and the tears were bittersweet. They prayed for the freedom of Cuba and gave thanks for the answered prayers of those about to start a new life. The Armada family has been in Costa Rica for over 7 years. Each has planned for their arrival in Miami. 23-year-old Madeline says she wants to pursue a career in what she calls the land of opportunity.
Muy contento.
Mr. Armada says he can't wait to get to work. He wants to repay the U.S. for giving him the chance to live there. And 75-year-old Adelita says the things she loves most in life are her daughters, who she'll finally be able to see. For this grandmother in Costa Rica, the waiting will soon be over. And there are other grandparents in Panama who can't wait to see their grandchild in Miami for the first time.
They still can't believe it. I've been talking with my mom several times, about 4 or 5 times this week. And she says, I can't sleep. I can eat. I'm surprised. I'm waiting for the moment to see you again.
This videotape shot by a friend in Panama is the only glimpse Roberto Poledo has had of his mother since 1980 when they were separated. Today, he put the finishing touches on an addition to his home where his mother and brother will live. But first, they'll join hundreds of others when they arrive at the pavilion at Tamiami Park for their first true taste of liberty.
If you have the privilege to live here, this is my first thing always. Every morning when I wake up, I make better than the day before.
We will bring you complete coverage of all the happy reunions on our evening newscasts, and be sure to join News 4's Ileana Bravo, Jose Diaz-Balart, and Jose Grignon for a special wrap-up of the arrival. It's called Coming to America, and you can watch it tonight at 11:45 p.m. right after Sunday Sports Final.
Gilbert has grown up. He started as a small depression, became a tropical storm, and tonight grew into a full-fledged hurricane. Gilbert is posing a threat to the Dominican Republic and will have some effect on our weather in South Florida in the next few days. Now, to find out more about Gilbert, let's go to Bill Van Dusen, who is at the weather map. Bill?
Thank you, Michael. Well, we've been talking about Gilbert earlier. Let's talk about him now. He's 225 miles southeast of Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic. Going towards the west now, we're at 280 degrees at 15 miles an hour, maybe just a little bit slower at times. And the projected track, well, would actually take it south of Cuba. But you know, this time of year, the second week in September, is when we have the largest a chance of severe storms from the hurricane season. For the ones of you that are keeping track on maps, the latitude 16.0 north, 67.3 west, and the storm is now at 75 miles an hour. It will strengthen. Michael?
Bill, thanks. We'll hear from you later. While Gilbert is gaining strength, Florence became a weakling. This hurricane blew up the mouth of the Mississippi River early this morning, but with nowhere near the high winds and heavy rains that had been forecast. Still, it was bad enough to knock out electricity to more than 100,000 homes and businesses in southern Louisiana and along the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Today, the thousands of people in and around New Orleans who had taken refuge in shelters made their way home, thankful that it hadn't been any worse. Conditions did get worse today at Yellowstone National Park in Wyoming. High winds fanned fires that have ravaged the nation's oldest national park. A quarter-inch of rain fell in the southern half of the huge park, helping firefighters in that area. The fires have charred more than 906,000 acres of the 2.2 million-acre park.
The results of the District 7 Metro race last Tuesday went up in smoke Saturday. An appeals court has ruled that Miriam Alonso is out of the race and went a step further, saying only the 2 top vote getters would be in the October 4th runoff. That's Beverly Phillips and Charles Dussault. News 4's Nick Bogert was at the Saturday morning court hearing, and he has the story.
Miriam Alonso's lawyers all but conceded she did not live in District 7 on Election Day, did not live in the West Dade home that she had listed as her residence when she filed for election. Instead, Alonso's attorneys told appeals judges that the state only requires candidates to live in their districts after election.
It has happened that people run for office admittedly not living in a district for the legislature, and as long as they move in before they're sworn in, that is the way that works.
But Dade's rules are tougher than the state's, requiring a candidate to live in a district 6 months before running. And county attorneys said those rules should apply.
Dade County can do it. That is the essence of home rule.
But the judges also had to decide what sort of election to hold if Alonso was off the ballot. Earlier, a circuit judge had ruled if runner-up Alonso were disqualified that all 4 other candidates in the race should face each other in October, with a runoff, if needed, in November. But when the 3-judge panel's written verdict was finally handed down this afternoon, it knocked Alonso out of the race and then ordered a runoff between the top 2 finishers, Phillips and Dussault, for October. Alonso may appeal.
I think that when you fight for what you believe, it's always worthwhile.
That sounds like you're leaning toward an appeal.
I'm going to discuss first with them.
But while Alonso is talking things over with her lawyers, Buscello campaign advisors say that their lawyers will definitely file an appeal of today's ruling with the state Supreme Court. If he gets back on the ballot, Buscello stands to gain a lot of the Latin voters who supported Alonso last week. And late today, Rebecca Koch, who finished just behind Buscello in last week's voting, also said she would appeal today's verdict. It was candidate Dussault who brought the complaint against Alonso originally. Today's ruling puts him in the runoff, but may leave him open to backlash by Latin voters who resent the court's all-Anglo runoff.
I think they're going to be much more concerned about the issues than those kind of ethnic problems we've had in the past.
If today's ruling stands, incumbent Phillips could benefit from a Latin backlash against Dussault and be the big winner. It's all a big headache for elections workers. They spent the afternoon unstuffing envelopes, taking out 12,000 absentee ballots that had listed a 4-person commission race in District 7. Election Supervisor David Leahy says he'll wait to see the outcome of any new court suits before printing up anything new. Nick Bogert, News 4, Miami.
Oliver North, perhaps the most famous lieutenant colonel in American history, spent a profitable day and night here in Miami. Tonight, he was the guest of honor at a fundraising dinner at the Omni. About 150 people paid up to $1,000 each to attend, the money to help pay North's legal bills. Outside, a small group of demonstrators from the South Florida Peace Coalition waved their protest signs at passers-by.
Real heroes don't sell arms to terrorists. Real heroes don't trade arms for hostages.
But North was hailed as a hero by members of a group called the Pro-Contra 6, which is under federal indictment for allegedly training and arming Nicaraguan Contras.
He's the greatest man. We need many American people thinking like Oliver North, and we will be free for 200 years more.
We don't know how much money North raised at this dinner, but he got about $60,000 today from listeners to 3 Miami Spanish-language radio stations.
Still ahead tonight on News 4 in sports, Ned Smith shows us why Steffi Graf is truly the tops in women's tennis.
And we'll show you why some kids are spending their Saturdays in school instead of on the playground. And later, a Miami birthday party for the grand old man of Congress.
Willow, the adventure film of the summer, is now an action-packed book cover free from Peter Pan Peanut Butter, and everybody wants one. Now, for a limited time, pick up a Willow book cover free when you buy 2 jars of Peter Pan, and your kids can take the great taste of Peter Pan back to school with them. Look for free book covers at participating stores.
Time is running out.
I love good art that's in good taste. And what could be tastier than this? Weight Watchers' new fancy side dishes. They elevate ordinary dinners to delicious art, each with an exquisite sauce. Broccoli florets in a cheddar cheese sauce. Vegetable medley, potatoes au gratin. 8 new fancy side dishes. Make any meal a work of art without the work. Weight Watchers. This is living.
That pork chop suey you got railroaded into has hit you like a freight train. And now you're churning out of control. Quick, Signal the bubbles of extra-strength Alka-Seltzer, because speed is what you need to derail that chug-a-lugging in your stomach and head. Next time you're on the Heartburn Express, flag down the bubbles and get back on track again fast.
Alka-Seltzer to the rescue.
Try extra-strength Alka-Seltzer. More of what you take Alka-Seltzer for.
The Miami Beach Police went after the media on Saturday and won. The final score, Police 12, Media 5. The battlefield was a softball field in Miramar. The game was a fundraiser sponsored by radio station WNWS for the Protect Our Police program. Money raised will be used to help families of slain police officers and to educate the public about the dangers faced by the police. And there he is, our own Ned Smith, doing the play-by-play for the benefit game.
Yeah, it was fun.
And you showed the police no mercy.
No mercy. I have verbal assaults on everyone. It didn't matter which team they played for.
Equal opportunity abuser.
Right. That's right. Much like the tennis field today. As Steffi Graf, wow. Yeah. She turned it up. She turned it up strong today. At the young age of 19, Steffi Graf has accomplished what only 4 tennis players in history have been able to do: win tennis's Grand Slam. Graf, coming up in the near court, had already won the Australian, French, and Wimbledon, and needed only to capture the U.S. Open to complete the Grand Slam. Her opponent in today's final, Gabriela Sabatini. Graf won the first set 6-3. Sabatini, who's beaten Graf twice this year, wasn't about to give up. She won the second set with this forehand winner 6-3. So went down to a third and decisive set, which was no contest. Graf simply overpowered her opponent to capture the third set in the match, 6-3, 3-6, 6-1. It was her 34th consecutive match victory. Let's go to the men's side, where the last U.S. hope at this year's Open, Andre Agassi, in the far court battled the tournament's top seed, Yvonne Lindell. This was the point of the match. Sit back and enjoy. That would be one of the few highlights Agassi would have on the day. Lindell overpowered Agassi, his experience won over youth. He wins it 4-6, 6-2, 3-4, and will now try for an unprecedented 4th consecutive U.S. Open title tomorrow against second-seeded Mats Wilander, who defeated Darren Cahill in straight sets. You'll see tomorrow's final right here on Channel 4 starting at 4 o'clock. Well, I've got some good news and bad news for Florida State fans. First, the good news. The Seminoles scored their first touchdown of the season tonight. The bad news is, hey, this is their second game of the year. After being shut out last weekend by the Hurricanes, the Seminoles poured on the points at home against Southern Mississippi. Chip Ferguson connecting here with Dexter Carter for the 22-yard touchdown pass for a 14-0 lead in the first quarter. Then in the second quarter, Ferguson with a pass to Lawrence Dawsey. He hauls it in at the 45, then hauls Buggy 55 yards right up the sideline. A 94-yard touchdown. Florida State goes on to win it 49-13. Meanwhile, the Florida Gators were in Mississippi taking on Ole Miss. Gators led only 3-0 at the half when Stacy Simmons opens the second half in a big way, taking the kickoff on the 15-yard line, heads up the sidelines, then cuts back across the field, and goodbye. He outraces everybody to the end zone, giving Florida a 10-0 lead. The Gators pulling off a fake reverse in the fourth quarter. It fooled everybody in the stadium, including the cameraman, who finally catches up. No one catches Wayne Williams, though. He goes in for the score, 27-15. Other scores today, UCLA shocked Nebraska, 41-28. Clemson by 20 over Furman. Oklahoma shut out North Carolina. Southern Cal scores a late TD to beat Stanford 24-20. Auburn doubles up Kentucky. Georgia big over TCU. Number 13 Notre Dame upends Michigan. There you see the Florida State score. Alabama KO'd Temple. Rutgers pulled off the upset of the night, beating 15th-ranked Michigan State 17-13. South Carolina blanked West Carolina 38-0. Iowa by 35 over Kansas State. Penn State was an easy winner, and Washington beat Purdue 20-16. Well, tomorrow afternoon's game here on Channel 4 will feature the New York Giants against the San Francisco 49ers at 1 o'clock, which is one of the games Hank Goldberg has a few thoughts on in this week's picks.
Another handicapping factor, just when I'm going good. Along with the injury list, home field, turf, now you have to check the weekly drug list. The Giants and Redskins cost me a perfect week. If only Jim Burt were a user. I'll let San Francisco take care of the Giants. They can score with or without Montana, and their defense will crush Phil Simms. The Giants' schedule will allow them to coast soon, so this week is not critical. Cleveland doesn't like Mark Gastineau very much since he did a sack dance over a third-string tackle. The Browns vowed to take it out on the Jets next time. It's next time. The Bears are not that good, and the Colts' offensive line will handle them. A rare loss for Jim McMahon. I may be nuts, but the Lions always play well out west, and the Rams look ahead to the Raiders next week. This is my trap pick. One thing about Miami, last year they were 4-0 against the spread coming off losses. So now let's see if they're really that bad. Ned will know by tomorrow night's get-together.
All right, Hank, thanks a lot. The Boston Red Sox looks to have their sights set on winning the American League East title, and with performances like today's by Roger Clemens, well, it might be playoff time again in Beantown. Clemens hurled a one-hitter today as he strikes out 5 Cleveland batters en route to his 8th complete game of the year and needed only 86 pitches to do it. Red Sox offense backs him with 6 runs, but the funniest play takes place when Rick Cerrone slaps one to right field. Dave Clark overruns it, then puts on the brakes. Oh! Ends up on his backside. Everyone was laughing except the Indians, who lose 6-0. With the victory, the Sox open up a 3.5-game lead over the Tigers as the Yankees beat Detroit 9-4. Minnesota beats Chicago 6-5. Baltimore by 3 over the Blue Jays. Oakland loses 9-4, but Jose Canseco hits his 38th homer of the year and picked up his 36th stolen base. Seattle blanked Milwaukee 1-0. It's California 2, Texas 2 in the 13th. In the National League, the Mets blanked Montreal 6-0. Pittsburgh beats Philadelphia. San Fran by 1 over Houston. St. Louis down Chicago 9-3. Los Angeles is in front of Cincinnati 3-0 in the 8th. And Atlanta loses to San Diego. The final there 6-2. So the Seminoles do indeed score a touchdown. Both Jerry and I went to school there, so we're happy about that.
South Dakota teachers, who did they play?
They played Southern Miss, Michael.
Southern Miss.
Yeah, I know it's
a
far down cry from last week's game. Miami deserved that victory. We know that, but, you know.
Thanks, Ned. Jerry?
Well, fans of the Far Side cartoons will have to find another way to get their laughs pretty soon. The creator of the satiric animal comics, Gary Larson, will take 14 months off to rest and travel. His last new creation will be distributed on October 30th, and then there will be no new Far Sides until January 1990.
As long as there's Bloom County, and Doonesbury will be all right, though. Still ahead on News 4, we're going to show you why some Dade County kids headed for the schoolhouse instead of the playground this weekend.
But first, tonight's winning lottery numbers. The winning Cash 3 numbers tonight, 434. That's 434.
And the winning lotto numbers for that $8 million jackpot were 45, 33, 31, 10, 27, and 2. Once again, 45, 33, 31, 10, 27, and 2. Good luck.
Centuries ago, when Vikings sailed from Norwegian shores, every voyage was a great adventure. Now, at Epcot Center, it's your turn. Come, conquer the Maelstrom, the new thriller in Norway at Epcot Center.
It's chair days at Piedmont Airlines, and every chair must go. Talk about your easy chairs. Ooh, chairs to over 170 cities, like this wing chair, at prices you can take sitting down, like this comfy recliner. It's yours for song.
Tickets are non-refundable and not available on all flights. Other significant restrictions apply.
Soon, all of these chairs will be marked sold, even this fabulous love seat. So you better hurry.
Bad habits are so hard to break. Even though I love my soft scrub cleanser, I've always hung on to this powder for those hardcore stains. But now, I've got new soft scrub with Clorox bleach. It's as tough as any powder on stains, but it's as gentle as soft scrub on everything else. So which one will I hang on to? Bye-bye powders.
Soft scrub and soft scrub with Clorox bleach wipe out the need for powders.
I'm Edie Magnus. Tonight, the USA section explores.
I'm Kenneth Walker, and tonight's Money USA Today comes to television. It will cover the USA in an exciting new way. USA Today, the television show.
Premieres Monday at 7 on Channel 4.
The weekend is not normally the time that you think of kids getting up and going to school. But this Saturday, some kids gave up their fun for some more education.
This child is a special child. Why?
A sixth day of classes was offered at 11 inner-city schools for the second year in a row because of the success of the program last year. It's a more informal program emphasizing reading, writing, and math. Both slower and gifted students benefit.
Children who are behind get the basic skills in reading, writing, and math. And because we allow the teachers to have a freedom of their teaching style, some of the children who are gifted or are high, they have the chance to do extra things, extra academic things in their classrooms.
There are 3 fewer classes at Drew this year because after attending Saturday classes last year, a number of students improved their skills so much they tested out of the remedial program. Parents are also giving the program high marks, including the mother of a 2nd grader who's back again this year.
She really brought her grades up, and it gave her that extra confidence, you know, that she could really tackle this rather than sitting back. And it was just tremendous.
Mrs. Gaiman says her child needed no prodding. She was looking forward to the Saturday session.
And those kids might be disappointed that they spent this sunny day of the weekend in school. More of a chance of rain tomorrow.
There is about a 50% chance tomorrow. Onshore breezes once again are going to bring the moisture in. And with it, of course, the afternoon scattered showers and thunderstorms. We've talked a bit about Gilbert already. Going to have to watch that storm and see exactly where it goes. Right now, let's check our temperatures around South Florida and see how everybody's faring. Miami's reporting 84, as is the beach. Kendall and West Palm Beach are reporting 83 degrees, and it's 84 at Fort Lauderdale tonight. The barometer's at 3,300 and rising, humidity 74%. Our breeze is east at 8, surf temperatures at 83. Highest 95 back in 1954. Record low temperature 70 in 1980. Look for a high tide in the morning at 9:06. Let's check radar. Well, there have been some very heavy showers moving offshore from Fort Myers. A few scattered showers down in the Keys, and some just offshore from West Palm Beach down, actually, to the northern part of the Keys. Going to the west at about 10. Not big storms at all, so some passing showers. That's about all you'll see tonight. Let's take a look at the nation, though, and see what's been happening out in the northwest. As Michael was telling you, the rain, the cloudiness, that was great, but the winds not helping at all. It's almost like winter has moved in. High temperatures were in the 50s and 60s throughout much of the northern plains. It'll be colder again tomorrow. Matter of fact, in portions of the mountains of Montana, they have snow warnings up for elevations above 5,000 feet. Here's what's left of the tropical depression, Florence. At any rate, she's gone, and looks like the southeast will continue to have some moisture because of that. As far as tomorrow, we look for a cold front from northern Minnesota down to the southwestern part of the country, high pressure on either side. And of course, along that, we're going to have scattered showers and thunderstorms. We'll have sunshine for much of the day till those clouds roll in late in the afternoon. Well, we're going to take a look at some temperatures for tomorrow. 84 degrees in New York. Washington, D.C. should have 83. 76, the high forecast for tomorrow in Atlanta. Be a little cool there. 85 down in New Orleans. Kansas City should check in with about 91 degrees and 96 degrees in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Our 5 days ahead. Monday, well, Tuesday will actually be about the wettest day. Monday will have a lot of sunshine, but Tuesday, clouds, a little windy on Tuesday as well. And then the rest of the week, the normal pattern of afternoon showers and thunderstorms. For tomorrow, we'll look for mostly cloudy skies by the afternoon with scattered showers or thunderstorms. High temperature of 88, low of 78. And for the boaters, things getting a little bit breezier. From the east, 15 to 20 seas, 4 to 6 feet, and bay waters will be choppy. There is a small craft caution that probably won't get much better until Tuesday.
So we just don't know yet if Gilbert's headed this way.
Gilbert's on a westerly course now, but they can change their mind.
All right, Bill. Thank you very much. Still ahead on News 4, it was a much cooler Elton John concert tonight than the one Friday night.
We'll have that story and take you to a big bash to celebrate Claude Pepper's 88th birthday when News 4 continues.
Now you can send for free kitchen towels that match Bounty's new prints.
Hey, now Bounty has a farm.
E-I-E-I-O, with a quack quack here.
And a quink quink there.
Here a back.
There a move.
From Bounty, the quacker picker-upper.
Excuse me, I'm in the window seat.
Vacation?
No, convention in Anaheim. I'm one of the clouds who makes white clouds, a softer, thicker bathroom tissue.
Oh.
I'm boring you.
No, but bathroom tissue's bathroom tissue. They're all the same.
Now, that's one of the most popular misconceptions of the 20th century. Feel the difference clouds make.
Oh, my cloud is softer.
And look at the difference in thickness.
And thicker, too. I got a new bathroom tissue.
Wonderful.
You're very convincing.
Oh, it's more than a job. It's a family business. Would you like to see some pictures?
Pictures?
Yeah.
White cloud. Softer, thicker. Discover the difference clouds make.
I found roaches in my potato salad, and I felt disgusted. I was disgusted. I said, give me something. Help me.
That's how Angela Faison felt before she tried Combat.
And now Combat's changed my feelings. It makes you feel good about yourself and your apartment. I just put these Combat discs wherever I saw the roaches. And the roaches are not in my potato salad, and the problem is gone.
Combat works. Ask Angela Faison.
Try Combat. With Combat, the roaches didn't come back.
Attenzione! Gamberi, linguine, Weight Watchers, linguini ai frutti di mare. Ricche, gustose, squisite. Questa è la vita! And that concludes today's lesson in Italian.
This week's guest went to the University of Miami, just like me.
He's originally from Pennsylvania, just like me.
So he can't be all that bad.
Jim Kelly on The Dan Marino Show, Sunday at noon.
Elton John was hot on the second and final night of his concert tour at the Miami Arena, but not as hot as last night when the air conditioning system was broken down and the fans were sweltering. The broken valve that caused the problem was fixed this morning, and it was much more comfortable for the sellout crowd that jammed the arena.
Not too far away at Bayfront Park, there was a big birthday party for Congressman Claude Pepper. The veteran congressman turned 88 this week, and tonight camped a week of festivities in his honor. There was a big cake, balloons, and some appreciative words from a man whose career spans most of the 20th century.
I can now understand what the Greeks had in mind when they talked about the good life. What they meant was the privilege of living in Dade County and having so many friends as all of you all are, and here in this great town.
Mr. Pepper says he is considering retirement in the year 2000, which is when he will be 100.
Somehow I can't ever see him willingly retiring.
He will not. He will not. Our next news is tomorrow night at 11. Hope to see you then.
Have a nice weekend.
Centuries ago, when Vikings sailed from Norwegian shores, every voyage was a great adventure. Now, at Epcot Center, it's your turn. Come, conquer the Maelstrom, the new thriller in Norway at Epcot Center.
Uh-oh. Those nasty messes that cause germs and odors clean up fast with Instant Pine Sol Spray Cleaner. A different advanced spray formula to clean, even disinfect and deodorize. It's Pine Sol Clean in an instant.
We just moved in when, surprise. Good thing I used Pine Sol. Pine Sol liquid cleans, disinfects, deodorizes. When my new neighbors noticed my fresh, clean house, I really felt proud.
Pine Sol, because you care about clean.
Attenzione! Gamberi, linguine, Weight Watchers, linguini ai frutti di mare. Ricche, gustose, squisite. Questa è la vita! And that concludes today's lesson in Italian.
America! This Sunday, for 700 Cubans, America will never be more beautiful.
You know, God done shed his grace on thee. Good. Yes, he did. Heavy brotherhood.
Coming to America, a News 4 special Sunday night at 11:45 on Channel 4.
Marker Mania is sweeping the nation as Hollywood's biggest stars play TV's hottest quick draw game. Win, lose, or draw.
Weeknights at 7:30 on Channel 4.
Today on This is the NFL.